If you're a Democrat and you're a political member of the elite, you know how you done something wrong? You done something wrong when even Jake Tapper on CNN is asking questions saying you did something wrong. And isn't it ironic that the malfeasance on a gun plea deal for a privileged individual like Hunter Biden might just be the one key that undoes the entire thing? This is getting juicy, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think in the comments field below. Everything will be linked, and again, I know you guys are going to love this. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. Particularly make sure that you weren't accidentally unsubscribed, because again, every time I say that for you guys to check it, it goes up by like 300, 400, 500 people every single time. So just do some due diligence and make sure that we're on the same page, because we have some freedom to distribute. And the content today is brought to you by SDI. Now, I know a lot of you out there like to upgrade and modify your own guns. And if you're looking to turn a hobby that you love into a career, Sonoran Desert Institute can help. Their online programs cover everything from gunsmithing to ballistics, woodworking and finishes, shooting, sports management, and more. Plus, all the tools and materials are shipped directly to your door. There's never been a better time to turn a hobby that you love into a career, so what are you waiting for? There's a link in the description box below, and thank you so much to SDI for making this content possible. All right, my brothers and sisters, as I mentioned, I've got some clips here for you. And this entire thing with the gun plea deal, that special deal that you would never have gotten if you violated federal gun law. Yeah, Hunter Biden, it's amazing, but it's almost like CNN is kind of throwing him under the bus here, realizing it's almost an indefensible position. I'm about to show you some clips that are going to blow your mind. Send this video out and let me know what you think in the comments field. Let's get it. Here's the first one, and my jaw almost hit the ground.
I think there are some legitimate questions about this whole situation. First of all, I do think it's fair to question why would U.S. Attorney Weiss be appointed the special counsel. Usually a special counsel is an outside attorney. Right. Now, it has happened before. Durham came from inside, and the Attorney General has the right to do that, but it is odd. Second of all, this plea deal was picked apart by the judge, so one could ask, why would you stick with the U.S. Attorney if this was a failure, a colossal failure, if the two sides had not even agreed upon what was in that plea deal? And then I think there are questions about whether or not it was harsh enough, this plea deal, whether or not it was strong enough.
The main point of this video is even the media, CNN, Jake Tapper, is starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, the big plea deal that Hunter Biden was offered around his gun felony, yeah, that whole thing, it would be the biggest irony in the world, but it looks like that might actually be the one linchpin that's going to fall apart and the entire wheel, or all the wheels will fall off the entire bus. Because even Jake Tapper is saying it's a colossal failure. Why would the special counsel who offered that be put in here in place again? If it's so bad, why is this even a thing? And he even offered 3 reasons. I'm telling you guys, you don't see this very often, particularly around gun charges and political elites that get favors in court. You don't see CNN coming out and going, ooh, yeah, those Democrats and their connections, they really screwed that one up. That's probably political malfeasance. You do not see that. There's something to this. But I got another one from the exact same interview. Then we're going to go to Jake's show afterwards, covering the same thing. This clearly has him bothered, but here's the second part.
Beyond that, there are some other questions I have, which include the U.S. Attorney Weiss. He's now a special counsel. So one of the reasons to make him a special counsel, supposedly, is so that he has the ability to charge in other venues outside Delaware. But I believe he had previously argued publicly that he had the right to do whatever he wanted. And then the whistleblowers said, well, behind the scenes, Weiss was complaining he couldn't do that. He wasn't able to do that. And the Justice Department and Weiss denied what the whistleblowers were saying. But this move makes it seem as though, well, maybe the whistleblowers were right. Maybe what they were alleging is true, and he didn't have the ability to charge wherever he wanted to charge, and now he does. So I do have a lot of questions about that, and I do think some of the political questions being raised by Republicans have merit.
That may be the most important 2 minutes I've ever broken up for you guys. Jake Tapper just said, I'm sorry, this is such a huge, colossal failure, and maybe the whistleblowers were right, and maybe Republicans politically actually have some merit to their claims. Hunter Biden may be the one thing that brings this entire scandal down. all because of a gun plea charge where they tried to squeak in political immunity forever on things like tax evasion, drug abuse charges, and foreign lobbying charges. This is a big deal, and for Jake Tapper on CNN to be able to actually say this in a 2-minute segment, like I said, my jaw dropped. But now, let's go over to Jake's actual show, because there's 2 more clips on the exact same day that I want to show you, because this is clearly something he wants to talk about. Check this out.
But we have seen in court filings that it appears that the talks between the U.S. Attorney's Office and Hunter Biden's legal team to resolve the issues that the judge identified with that plea deal, that those have fallen apart and that this is likely to go to trial. That appears to be the impetus, but it's really unclear. Now, one of the big differences now that he's a special counsel is that Weiss is going to have to compile a full report detailing what he investigated and his findings, and that to the Attorney General, who has vowed to make it public. Now, I've also learned that the White House was not given a heads up about this, and neither were Hunter Biden's attorneys.
How much more likely does it make it that the president's son is definitely going to go on trial?
It appears a lot more likely, Jake. I mean, for a minute there, it appeared that this was going to be resolved with that plea deal. Even after the judge pushed back, asked for additional briefings, expressed skepticism, I think both sides expected that ultimately it would be approved. But if there were any modifications, we got signals that indeed the Hunter Biden team was willing to take this to trial.
Willing to take this to trial. Now, the reason that I hit that is, of course, the White House couldn't have known. They wouldn't know that the prosecutor who was appointed by Merrick Garland, who was appointed by President Biden, they wouldn't know that he was going to charge his son and appoint a special counsel. Yeah, I'm sure it was totally a surprise. But that's not the big point here. The thing that I want to present here is even CNN is going, this might go to trial. And they are appropriately going after the idea that this plea deal, as it imploded, was the impetus that covered everything up, which will now fail and be exposed in a court date. And from what CNN's reporting, Hunter Biden and his team are fully prepared to go to court. If this goes to court, you are going to see some skeletons fly out of closets, bugs fly out from under rocks. This is going to be a spectacle of the ages. And like I said in the early parts of this video, this might be the thing that eventually undermines the entire scandal. But I got one more thing for you, because this part, this guest really encapsulates this really well. Again, this is all on CNN.
Down to the special counsel statute says you can have this if you first look to figure out, does a matter actually warrant an investigation? Is it warranted? He had to conclude that it did if you're Garland. Was there a conflict of interest at play here? The talking points you see on the right and the left have suggested talking points around this very notion that there is a conflict of being able to have the president appoint the attorney general who would oversee an investigation
into his own son.
But finally, it's the idea of, well, what are you going to do about it now? And is there a way that you can structure an investigation that is in the interest of the public to have the information? Garland says all 3 criteria are met. And so whatever took place between the plea agreement and now is anyone's guess.
So, Paula, help.
So like I mentioned, it all came down to this plea agreement, which all got started by one judge. Now, you've got a special counsel providing a special report. That's incredibly important. This report will also be available to Congress. This is a big freaking deal. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And of course, remember the adage, if you're a Democrat and political elite, if you lose CNN, you're doing something wrong. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.